welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I'm your host King Grimlock, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary Cobra Paraviper and all his paraphernalia. This guy comes with such an unbelievable amount of kit, as you can see, most of which is actually attached to him out of the packet, so you wouldn't find that most of this would come off and find the figure underneath it. The figure underneath it is a really nice piece of kit, beautifully sculpted new details, borrowing a few details from others, but you really have to investigate and pull parts off him to find that all of this is under there. Let's take a look at the figure to start with, and we have some lovely neon knee pads and elbow pads as well. These are some of the new sculpted areas, I believe, especially these sort of hydrofoil parts. The 4 parts which are used as sort of like, I don't know, possibly guidance for when he's skydiving. And I love this holster there. Now, this holster is filled by said knife, which I had to remove with my teeth because it was in so tight. I didn't even realise it came out until I was properly having a play around with it. The head seems to be borrowed from Firefly, or maybe Beachhead, and just slightly repainted. But you don't really see it because he's underneath this vast amount of stuff in the future. On the back of his leg he has these clips where you can store the frogman flippers, again, which feel to me like they should be more of that. They can go either way up, and they can also fit on the feet, which then fit on the tabs of the thing. But I believe they are supposed to be stored on there in the figures mode. And I mean, I could actually wax on for quite a while about how long it's going to take me to put this guy together, so I'm going to talk while I do it, because putting everything into place is kind of the thing. And you know what, this is a lovely looking figure. It looks great. Unfortunately, once everything's together, there isn't actually much you can do with him, and that's part of his problem. I'm actually just going to remove him from his base to make this a little bit easier. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a belch there. The big problem for me is that once you actually have him fully kitted out, that's if I remember which bit I'm doing first. Once you have him fully kitted out, there isn't actually much you can do with him, because there is so much on him. It hinders him quite considerably in both posability terms and even being able to hold his weapons. And the weapons are where the big problem lies for me. I just don't understand why they've given this guy the weapon system that they have. It doesn't really make any sense. Now, I'm not a big proponent of the comics. I haven't read them. I haven't watched the original series since the 80s. You know, this really is my coming back to G.I. Joe from the past. But I just can't see why you would give a paratrooper a sniper rifle with stand. That's supposed to have gone around his waist first. Sorry about this. This could take a while, it really could. There's just so much to it, and I think that's where my love-hate relationship with this guy is, because there is so much to enjoy on him. The fact that you have got this massive amount of playability from parts that can move in and out. You know, you can take these bits off. You can have him just as the trooper without all his paraphernalia, and he looks like a completely different character if you do that. But my love-hate relationship comes with the fact that, dear me, while I enjoy having all these parts, the fact that the finished article then is hindered by said parts isn't a good thing. You know, he looks great when he's done, but you can't do anything with him. And I would find if I was someone who played more with my figures rather than displaying them, that this guy just wouldn't get the love that he probably deserves. Because, you know, there is so much there. There is so much to be added to him. But, yeah, take his head off for the armour inclusion. Yeah, there's just so much to be put in the way. It's just, as I say, it's just disappointing that when you have all of this, I mean, you can see how bulky he's started to become. He's like Snow Serpent bulky, but more so. And I think that's the problem, that I got this guy at the same time as the Snow Serpent, and the Snow Serpent is so brilliantly posable with all of those additional parts that you find it difficult to forgive this guy the smallest amount of mistakes. As you can see, as parts start to go on him, he becomes more and more hindered. You know, now his head's lost its articulation. Looks great, looks fantastic, but every time you move him, these pipes then will come out. I don't think his head's set on how to do. And But you then have the opposite side where he comes with this set of goggles, completely unnecessary, clear plastic goggles that just sit on the top of his head. No reason other than to be there, to sit on there and break up that colour and add a little bit more of the neon orange to it. And I think that's why, you know, as I say, it's a love-hate relationship. I love what they've done with it, but I hate the fact that there's just nothing you can do with him when he's got all this stuff on. Because obviously you can't have him falling from the sky as he would be with all this garb on. But you can't pose him with what he has either. The standard machine pistol rifle looks fine, fits in his hand fine, this is great. You know, that would be enough if there was somewhere to put it, so you could have him so he's kind of going, ah, I'm free falling. This I just don't get. This wonderful sniper rifle, let's just move him out of the way for a minute. Wonderful bayoneted sniper rifle. Fold out handle. Attachable stand. If you remember which way it attached, there we go. You know, and removable ammo clip. You know, it's utterly unnecessary for this figure. I just don't get why this is included, especially when there is so much in the pack. If the pack had just been him without all of his attachments on him, rather than, I mean, the only thing to come in the pack separate are the weapon and the two weapons. Everything else is on the figure. If it had just been the parts separate, you would have thought, wow, that's so much more. But you have to take them apart to get down to see how much there actually is and how good this figure is. And you're left with this gun. This gun that has no attachment to the character. Why would he have it? He wouldn't parachute into somewhere, then find a sniper position because of all this garb. It just doesn't make sense. And there's no way to attach it in this mode. You would... You know, there's a little clip there which suggests that it's from another figure. Someone would probably tell me it's from a different figure entirely and it's just been added in. It doesn't really make much sense, and it kind of removes my love for this guy. If they hadn't had it, I actually think I'd really like him, but as is, I kind of think too much now. There's just too much there. More is not necessarily better in this case, which is weird considering I said the Python officer had too little. But, you know, it's horses, yeah, you get it. Anyway, I've been King Grimlock. This has been the G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary Cobra Paraviper with all his wonderful garments and some not so. And we will see you next time, guys.